Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how are we today? We are back again with another April Lauren video, and it's been a minute since we've covered her, but for what I understand, she has apparently quit her weight loss journey, or at least from the title, pressing pause. So I'm about to find out why and give you my opinion. But with that being said, let's start off by giving a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel and Patreon, including every single person that is a subscriber, as we continue to grow. And of course, if you want to become a member of the channel or Patreon, the links are down below in the description. And if you want to become a subscriber, it is the big red button down below. Next to that is the notification bell, so you're notified. And also, last but not least, the like button, so please smash that too. But with that being said, let's head over and find out why Miss April Lauren decided to press pause. Now, I've already skipped the beginning and gone straight into the weigh-in because that's what I'm here for. Let's get it. Okay.
Oh, goodness gracious. So, weigh-in Wednesday. Today, I'm up almost half a pound, so.
Okay. Weigh-in Wednesday. Let's see here. So, before she speaks, let me just show you guys what I can see on the screen. So, this week here, she has gained 0.4, at least last week, 0.4 pounds. And at this moment in time, she's weighing at 297.7. And totally, she has lost 55.1 pounds, okay? Which is a total of rounded up to 4 stone. And that's something that I believe that she started her journey some point in last year as well. So to be honest with you, last time I was here, one thing that I was saying that I felt like each week that she was updating us on weighing Wednesdays, I generally felt like the numbers that she was losing didn't really make sense based on one, her weight, and two, what she showed us that she was eating, and also three, the exercises that she showed us as well. And listen, end of the day, everybody's body is different. I completely get that. But when you are at a certain weight and you're on a certain diet and you're doing some crazy workouts, I say crazy, but like really working out hard, to be honest with you, she should have been, in my opinion, like I said back then, some people agreed with it, some people didn't, losing at least 2 pounds minimum per each week. And therefore I said that I felt like there was something happening behind the scenes that wasn't being told. But with that being said though, let's find out, because you never know, she might tell us in this video. But let's get to it.
That sucks. But it's just part of it. I had a couple weeks where I had very minimal losses. Or did I have a week, and then I had a week where I didn't lose any. Then I had the week where I lost several pounds. Then I had a week where I gained 0.1 pounds. And now I am up almost half a pound. So I need to focus on not being stressed out. I need to focus on enjoying my family and getting through this next month and a half, 2 months.
I'll be honest with you, honestly, being stressed and losing weight is not a good combination. So she definitely needs to focus on not being stressed. I completely agree. But she just said here that for the month and a half, she's going to focus on her family. Okay, interesting. Let's see where we're going with that.
And for an indefinite amount of time, I am not going to be tracking what I'm eating. I am going to continue to do weekly weigh-ins because I feel like that is how I will do the least amount of damage.
Okay, so she doesn't want to track anything for the next month and a half. Okay, cool. I can kind of go with that to a certain degree. But at the same time, she still wants to weigh herself in each and every week. I don't know, because here's the thing. If she's putting her journey on pause, each week that she weighs herself, even though she hasn't tracked her food, the problem is that there could be repercussions to her mental state of mind. Because if she has some weeks where maybe she does actually maintain the weight, or maybe even lose the weight, she'd probably be like, you know what, I'm going to keep just enjoying my life right now. But then she may have weeks where she may end up gaining more weight than she would want to. That could then put her in a position mentally where she's like, you know what, maybe I'm going to get back to doing it now because I'm just for some people it could be like, you know what, I'm putting weight on, so you know what, let me get back to working out now. Let me not just chill, because end of the day I've done so well. Why give it up now? You know, why throw it away now, right? So there is that possibility. And there's a possibility where she starts to gaining more and more weight, and it's gonna make her feel even more sad. You know what I mean? And then she could then completely relapse and go back to where she was in the 300s. But she's not. It's not like she's out of the 300s. She's only out of the 300s by like 3 pounds, to be honest with you. So it's a risky one. I don't know if I'd be weighing myself when I know that I'm not even currently counting my calories, and I know I'm currently not even looking to lose weight. I'm looking to just enjoy my time. But let's continue.
Right now, my goal is more maintenance than a weight loss. So I'm still going to be eating most of the same things. The thing is for the next little bit, we're going to be eating out a ridiculous amount. We already eat out frequently, but we're going to be eating out a lot more just with the way.
Okay, so already they've been eating out. That would explain the weight gain. Okay. But I do, and the thing is, there is times in the past where we saw that in the background more than once. I only noticed it once, but I know it happened before that because people told me. But there was times when we saw takeouts in the background in the past, some of the videos that made us believe that something just doesn't feel right, based on the fact that some of us believe that the numbers she was showing us just wasn't really representing what she was showing us in terms of the food that she was showing us and also the exercise she was showing us. So to be fair with you, I feel like this is somewhat kind of own up a little bit that maybe she has been doing a little bit extra things behind the scenes and hasn't been 100% true with us, which is fine. End of the day, your channel, you do what you want to do. But boy, man, when people start to lose trust in you, it's not always the best thing. But let's get it, because we know she's human. So is she expected to have a mishap here and there? Absolutely, she's only human, right? But then when you hide it, that's when. But let's continue.
Everything set up. So I don't want to overstress. I don't want to overbeat myself up every week by hoping for a loss and not getting it. I don't want to stress about potentially being in a plateau and needing to change the way I'm eating and all the things, because right now I can't focus on that. Right now I need to focus on our upcoming move. I need to focus on finding us a place to live. I need to focus on enjoying my family while they're here and while I can, and making sure I'm not overstressed. Because when I'm overstressed, it stresses my husband out. Because I'm like, I'm not in this alone. You're going to join me. You're going to join me in my misery. I don't think that. I don't consciously think that. But when I'm stressed, it definitely is like, I am not someone who hides emotions.
To be honest with you, I'm not April Lauren, so therefore I can't really comment on what she just said there as if I am her. Nor am I going to comment on it as if I am me neither. So what I'm going to say is that I may not agree with why she's choosing to pause, but I will happily support it. And I say that because sometimes it's about supporting someone through something they're doing. Because when you support them in a certain way that is somewhat positive, eventually they can kind of like turn their own light bulb on to be like, do you know what? Actually, I can actually enjoy my family whilst also at the same time trying to improve my health. That is something that you can do, It's just a mental thing. And obviously there's no point in me sitting here saying, oh no, Lauren, you can't do that. You shouldn't be doing that. That's not a reason for you to not do that. So what I can say is, you know what? I don't necessarily agree with it, but do what you gotta do. And hopefully when you've done what you gotta do, you bounce back and you continue the journey as strong as you was before. But let's continue.
Emotions well, like the way I feel is known. If I'm angry and upset, it's very clear. If I'm happy, it's very clear. And most of the time, I feel like I'm good-natured about stress. Like I kind of smile through it, or I'm not okay with it at all, and I stuff things down. And I really want to not do that. I don't want to binge. I just had like a few weeks ago that time where I lost control. I know some people had questions. They're like, well, you didn't really because you didn't binge, but no, I did. In the moment, if there wasn't an external source, like the stupid oatmeal blowing up everywhere, I would have. So I mean, in my mind,
okay, she's taking accountability. I can respect the fact that she's she's taking accountability. And most importantly, she's being honest with the audience. Well, at least that's what we want from her, you know what I mean? Because as human beings, we can only expect someone to have a mishap every now and then. And of course, in human nature, some people, when they have a mishap, they don't want to tell you. They don't want to be honest about it because they haven't brought it to reality to themselves. And in that position, we can never blame someone for that, really and truly. But one thing we can do is that when they're ready to tell us and open up, we can definitely be like, okay, it's okay. You're only human. But of course, at the same time, though, when they are doing things and they are covering things up, it doesn't mean that we don't try and hold them accountable. You should still try and hold someone accountable even when they are trying to cover something up, even though it's human nature for some people to do that. Because if you don't hold them accountable, then you might not help trigger them to want to hold themselves accountable. Because holding someone accountable can happen, it can cause so many different things, so many different reactions. And one of the reactions could be that it might make a light bulb in that person to want to hold themselves accountable. Because if you're doing something freely that you shouldn't be doing, or you feel like you should not be doing yourself, and no one's holding you accountable, you're going to continue doing it. Because you're going to be like, well, no one else seems to care, or no one else is really picking up on it, or whatever. So when someone else picks up on it and says it, it then sits in your head, and then when you're ready to trigger it for your own benefit, you do that. So that is something that is potentially happening here with April Lauren, because I know in the past when I've made videos about her, and potentially even other people maybe as well. There's times she's come out on her videos and clearly made some sort of subliminal comments about, you know, I don't want to hear people giving me their opinion on my journey, you know. Pretty much said it in a different way, but pretty much saying, hey, you guys just leave me alone. Let me just do my thing, you know. But the thing is, though, when you leave someone alone to do their thing, and you're not bringing some sort of light bulb to their mind, they're going to continue on a certain path that may not be the best one for them. So that's why it's a good sometimes, and it's a positive thing to try and trigger someone with some form of accountability. And it seems to me something that could be happening right now with April Lauren. I'm not too sure, but I really hope it is the case, because I want this woman, just like everybody else, to get to a better place. But some of the girls will react to be honest with you, when it comes to having hope, I ain't got it no more, because it's very evident that they're here just to troll us. April Lauren, now, on the other hand, is not someone that I see who's here trying to troll us. She's someone that I see generally has a journey ahead of her that she can 100% complete. And of course, it will take time. So let's keep it going.
And I was out of control, and that kind of woke me up a little bit. I don't want to get in that point where I am, I'm like hunched over so bad. I don't want to get to that point where I lose control over myself. So I'm just going to work out when I can work out. I'm going to get as many steps in a day as I can. I'm going to drink mostly water. I'm still going to drink a gallon of water a day if I can. And I'm just going to control the things that I can control. And I'm going to work so hard at the very many things. And I'm going to work so hard at the very many things in my life that I can't control. And I'm going to work hard at not fixating on the sad parts that are coming up. Like, I feel like I'm going to start crying. Soon we're going to move, and I love Yenna, and I love her little kiddo. I love them, and they've been such a integral part of my weight loss journey so far. Having a workout buddy, even just with her being out of town, I've noticed it's not that she is my will, but I think I shared this with you guys in the beginning, that it is almost easier for me to work out for someone else than it is for me to work out for myself sometimes. Like, I'll show up for myself. I will. 75 hard proof that I can not only show up for myself, but I can do it. When it's really hard, I can do it. But it's so...
That is something that people do rely on sometimes. I know she's trying to say that it's not, but it is. But it really is, you know, like, because some people only want to work out only when they're around someone, only when they're with someone. It could be for different reasons. Some people only want to work out when someone's there because they want someone who they trust to be able to help them do their workouts in the correct way. Some people just don't have the self-motivation to want to work out by themselves. There's so many different reasons you can look at it, you know. So I understand where she's coming from, but of course it seems to me that once she's ready to come back to this journey, one of the things that she needs to be ready to do is enable that self-motivation more, you know, looking for herself more than looking for someone else to be there with her. But it's okay, it happens, you know, it's human nature. And one thing that I do want to say is that even though it's been a minute since I've watched April Lauren and reacted to her, I do prefer this version of her. And when I say this version of April Lauren, is that when I used to react to before, there was just something about her delivery, you know, like, you know, she was always kind of like always forcing a smile, in my opinion, okay? And it felt like everything always had to be happy Larry, wake up bright all the time. I never felt like we was getting an actual emotion, as if like I was actually connecting with the actual April Lauren. I felt like I was watching the YouTuber, you know what I mean? The one that's come on, happy smiles, wake up bright. And like there was, you know, apart from the time she cried a little bit, she showed a little bit of emotion, I like the fact that in this one here, she's just bare. You know, there ain't no lip gloss, you know, everything is just, and her tone of her voice is actually very different here. So, and because it's very different, it makes me feel like this woman is on a journey that she will succeed. Before sometimes, and the reason I say this is because I'm sure a lot of us can relate, when we're so used to watching so many other YouTubers who we know are just moving mad, when we see it in someone else, it makes us kind of feel like, oh man, not, you know what I mean? So I like the fact that I feel like I'm embracing and watching a stripped version of April Lauren. But either way, let's keep going. But even though I have hope and I see her going in the right direction, of course, it doesn't mean that I'm never not going to give her tough love. That makes no sense. You know me, I give everyone the same energy. Some people like it, some people don't like it. But at the end of the day, I can't be doing my videos if I'm giving people different energy, right? It makes no bloody sense, you know? So, but let's keep it going, man. Let's keep it going.
Much easier. Like, I don't question it when I'm meeting up with someone. So I think that I know that about myself, and it needs to be a priority when I do move, is finding a group, a trainer, and I'm going to work with FitLab. I don't know if I've told you guys that. I haven't laid out my plan. I will be laying out a plan when it comes closer to time for me to move. Because my plan is, while right now, I keep going like, you're not going into detail. And I'm like, here's all the details. But I'm gonna work with FitLab, Aaron from FitLab. He is almost always in the Premier chats. If y'all are in a Premier chat, always say hi, check out his channel, it's really awesome. But he offered to work with me a little bit. I think that that's gonna help me stay grounded. Maybe my husband will be my workout buddy. Who knows? He's gonna have potentially a little bit more free time once we move. I'm gonna miss my friend. I'm also going to miss working out with my friend. I'm going to miss this place. And right now I have family to enjoy. So I'm excited about things to come, anxious. I am worried about my weight loss journey, and I don't want to become transfixed and then sabotage. So I'm just trying to find a workaround. When we move this time, I do not want to gain any weight. When we move to North Carolina, I want to have a plan in place, a list, if you will, like.
I don't know if I would have told people where. I don't know if I would have told people where I'm moving. It's a funky place, you know. Damn, and if I'm moving, I ain't telling you nothing. But let's continue. That's just a side little joke.
I just want to hit the ground running in a healthy way, and I'll be sharing that with y'all. I mean, I'm kind of getting repetitive now, but anyway, all of this goes into with what I'm sharing in this video, and that I'm about to end this video, but I am going to enjoy my family. I'm going to work as hard as I can to not be rigid while they're here, and to just let things happen, make healthy choices, but just go with the flow, not be super rigid about making healthy choices. And we'll see how it goes, see what I can do, how I do, see shifting out of this weight loss mindset for a small period. Maybe that will help me with this plateau that I've hit. I don't know. But let me know in the comments below, what do you do when you're way overstressed and you're on your weight loss journey? Do you ever stop? Have you ever paused your weight loss journey intentionally in order to work towards maintaining as opposed to weight loss? I don't know, I've never done anything like this before. And it's not like my goal is not ever going to be to maintain. My goal is to not gain and hopefully lose, but I'm just not going to be fixated or focused on weight loss.
All right, cool. I mean, listen, ladies and gentlemen, you know, I've said everything that I believe I need to say. And at the end of the day, the question is, we just have to see where she's at a month and a half from now. I mean, to be honest with you, I wouldn't really say that anyone should be focused on her weigh-ins for the next month and a half. But one thing that we can maybe focus on is her mentality throughout the next month and a half, because her mentality is what's going to define what's going to happen after she's done all the moving and spending the family, because that mentality is the one that is going to be the one that either pushes her forward to continue her journey, or the one that's going to put her in a very bad position where she's going to mentally feel like she just can't do it anymore, you know? So one thing I'll definitely be looking at for more is definitely, you know, her mentality throughout the next couple of weeks, rather than the actual number, because the number, it will just be the number. The number isn't really going to be the biggest issue. It's how she's going to handle what the number is. That's where it's going to come in place. So like I said before, in terms of being like, hey, you shouldn't do that, try and support. Let's see where it goes. But of course, if it happens that she needs to be held accountable to a certain level, then it happens. It's going to be happening. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, though, thank you so much for your time, everybody. I'll see you lovely people in the comment section. And of course, subscribe if you're new, hit the like button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.